Hey guys, operations time. Happy Saturday here. Let's get fired up. We've got the local over here with Mr. Torres. We got 4 cars. We're going to be dropping off. We're heading all the way down to Huntington Beach, and actually we're doing a drop off just outside the yard there in United Polymers, and then we got one car we're going to drop off over there at Sanford & Son. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Let's get everything on here. We're already connected up. Take a look at the cars as we go by here. Coming out of the yard. Our empty gondola, that one's going into Sanford & Son. That'll probably be the last thing we do. And then we got this boxcar going into United Polymers. Like I said, that's just outside the yard. And then a couple lumber cars heading down there to Huntington Beach. Alright, let's catch them on the inside. Alrighty, so just getting out of the yard over here in our first industry, where we're dropping off that boxcar, is right here, United Polymers. And actually, we already got 3 cars in there, 2 hoppers and a tank car way back there. Now let's see, how difficult do we want to make this run? Do we want to do any pickups? I don't know. Look at that, we're already screwing up over here. Oh, somebody forgot to line the switch over there last time around. I know a couple of astute viewers noticed that on our last local that pulled out of here. Alright, now we're good. So, let's see, we're going to be pulling anybody out or just sticking that one boxcar in there? I think we're going to keep it easy today. No pickups today. So we're going to pull forward over here, or disconnect. And actually, we'll make it a little bit more difficult because we could just shove that boxcar all the way back down, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to say that boxcar is going to get placed over here. Even though we don't have a door right there, let's just make believe there is a door right there. That will give us a little bit of extra stuff to do. So what we're going to do is disconnect here at our gondola. And then we'll pull forward. We'll grab our two hoppers there. Once we grab the 2 hoppers, we'll pull them out, and then we'll grab our boxcar so we get the boxcar in the right place. And of course, we got a derailleur over here. So let's go ahead and get that out of there. Now normally, of course, as you know, I would unlock them, but just for the sake of the video, we're just going to simulate unlocking them. Ooh, wrong way there. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Saturday morning here. It's going to be another hot one. Unfortunately, we're getting into that time of year here in Southern California. It's getting a little toasty. Although I think we're going to be good until, well, unfortunately, right around July 1st. Then it's going to really get hot. we go. Let's make sure we got a good connection there. Yep, we got our 2 cars. I think I'm gonna have to be getting up at like 5 a.m. to do ops videos before it gets really hot in the garage. What time is it here? I don't even know. It's about 9 o'clock or 9:30 in the morning and nice and comfortable. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the low 80s today though, right around my house. Which means it's going to be like 90 in the garage. It always seems hotter in here than it is outside, but it's the way it works. Right there's good. Always fun to mix industries. I know I talk about that quite a bit, but actually these cars and these industries, like I said, we're doing a 1 boxcar over here at United Polymers, and then the 2 lumber cars down in Huntington Beach, and then the hopper, or sorry, not hopper, the gondola is going to go down into Sanford and Son. That's about halfway in between. Here we go, we got them. This whole little train was made up by rolling the dice. If you've seen my other videos, I number all my industries. I got, well, 12 of them currently. And I roll a 12-sided die to figure out which industries are going to get which cars after they've come into the yard with the hauler. And I ended up rolling United Polymers. This one was a little bit easier to do because obviously the lumber cars, there's only certain industries they can go to, right? And actually the center beam lumber car, the only industry it goes to is the one in Huntington Beach. I know I've got the Royal Plywood there, but it does not service both ends of cars over here. This is Royal Plywood here. So that car was kind of a given, and then I did roll a dice for the flat car back there with the big block of wood. Or I flipped a coin and I said, you know, heads, it's going to Royal Plywood. Tails, it's going to Reliable Lumber down in Huntington Beach. And it just happened to come up with Huntington Beach, so that's where it's going. And then we rolled. We had this extra box car, and so when we rolled for it, it came up at United Polymers here. So it got stuck on the back of this, or kind of in the middle of this. Local. And then same thing for the gondola there. That one, my gondolas only go, well, there's 2 industries I use for gondolas, and that's Sanford and Son Salvage, and occasionally I have them run down into SoCal Edison down there in Westminster, almost to Huntington Beach, you know, with steel coils in them or something like that. And I don't remember if I flipped the coin for that one or not. All right, right there is good. So I like to do that just to kind of mix things up a bit, you know. Like I said, this train is, we only had to decide where that boxcar was going and the flat car. But it still tends to kind of add a little bit of randomness to our locals here. About half a car to go there. Clear the switch. Right there is good. I'm gonna reach around here with my controller in hand. put the brakes off there. Now, I had a few viewers ask, how do I make that hissing noise, the brakes coming off? Well, that's function 11 on, at least on Tsunami 2, Soundtrack Tsunami 2 decoders. I think it's the same for, you know, even ESUs and whatever. It's kind of a standard. I might be wrong on that, but we'll see. I'm sure somebody will let me know. And here we go. What I do is on my controller here, I map function 11, which you can see is that little brake right there. You can see it says 11. And I have that function mapped to one of my side buttons here. This one right here. So when I push it, I engage it, and push it again, and disengage it. So that's how I do the brakes. Come on there, focus camera. Here we go. Alright, one industry down. Let's head down to Huntington Beach. And actually, we'll stop over here just for a second. We'll get our derailleur back on here. Alright, I think all our other turnouts are in the proper position on the layout, so we can continue to head down to Huntington Beach, get these two lumber cars set up. Now we're doing 2 pickups there for sure, because the industry only holds 2 cars, and we already got 2 box cars in there. Just watch this guy run by here a bit. While we're doing that, I'll give you a little update on the expansion. We gotta blow the horn here. Looking nice. Yeah, so I should have my turnouts ordered. I think I gotta order 9 of them total. Got 11 turnouts for the new expansion, but I've already got 2 of them. For the horses there. Well, we got that gondola in the wrong spot, don't we now? Brake over here. Torres jumps off there, unlocks that, changes that turnout for us, locks it back up. I guess we could have used that gondola on the other end. But that's alright, it's only one gondola, I think we'll be good. Watch out, weirdos. Come down here again. Get our next turnout flipped. That should be pretty straightforward anyway, even though we got the gondola there in the wrong end of the line of cars here. Plenty of room right there. We'll stop right here and get disconnected. Now let me think about this. Yeah, we'll disconnect here. I was wondering if I should take the gondola and just shove the gondola down into the industry. I guess it doesn't really matter, because we're going to be going down here. We're going to be picking up these two guys right here. Look, we've got Carl already waiting for us right there. There, we gotta stop in the middle of the street. If I could keep the camera on the action here. I gotta change that turnout. A little bit more there. We throw the kitties there a little treat. All right, we'll get that line back up so we can do our runaround. Make sure we stop right here. Let Mr. Torres come over here, and let's put that back that way, because we're going to be dropping off our pickups over there. Hey, one of the other things I'm going to do while I'm working on the extension there, or the expansion, I need a few more trees. And if you saw my prior video, I got a bunch of palm trees in, but I need to make some pine trees. You can see I've got a kind of a goofy one here, and another one right there. Southern California, we got a lot of pine trees here, believe it or not. And the location, especially the new location down there in Santa Ana, lots of pine trees around. So I'm gonna have to start building pine trees. So plan on doing that. Maybe I'll do a video on how I do that. I use static grass and whatever kind of armature I can come up with. Usually it's just actual real, twigs and things like that. And the other day I was out shopping somewhere, and I was taking a look at the local pine trees there, trying to figure out how can I model that in HO scale. You ever do that? You ever out there in the real world and you're like, I need to put that on my layout. How can I make that? And that's what I do. And these guys here, they're pretty rudimentary here. I think this one over here looks a little bit better. And if you're like, that's a weird looking pine tree, it don't look like your typical little Christmas tree. That's what our pine trees kind of look like. And they're rather odd shaped and whatnot. So One thing I have noticed is kind of interesting since I started the expansion. You know, once you start working on a layout and stuff like that, your skills kind of improve on one thing or another. And it's kind of funny, I sort of noticed that as I was doing the expansion, or yeah, when I was working on the expansion, I'm kind of like, I think my bench work is a little bit better. My background board work is a little bit better. And so I'm also thinking about my little pine trees here, and I think I'm going to do a better job on them. So, especially after watching Boomer Diorama, you know, holy smokes. Kind of stepping up the game there. Right there, Carl, get that thing out of our way. Blue flag. Blocking the road over here in Huntington Beach. Here we go, we got him. Brakes. I'm squeezing things, then the brakes and nothing's working. It's because I fat fingered this. Well, let me put that down, and you got to hit back and get back into our. There we go. One of the downsides of having a touch screen, you kind of end up accidentally touching things. I think I had one viewer that asked about the ESU, and actually I had another viewer said he had his and he hated it, which is fine, you know. There's downsides to it. Like I said, I like it. Like I said, but you just saw one of the downsides there, having a little touch screen. Sometimes you accidentally touch things. And my biggest beef with it is that it's rather delicate. Like, you don't want to drop this. I know I've mentioned that before. Coming from a military background myself, let's just say this ain't mil spec. You know, if the military made a controller, you could take that thing and throw it against a wall, run it over with a car, hit it with a hammer, probably even shoot it, and it'd still work. And that ain't this. But like I said, everything's got its plus and minuses. Easy to use, inexpensive compared to some of the other systems, and you know, Wi-Fi right out of the box. Don't have to play around with, you know, getting a Wi-Fi adapter or, you know, another component, that sort of thing. What I am thinking of doing is I have been looking at I forgot, is it TCS or TSU or whoever the heck it is that makes the just the standalone controllers that you can add on to you know, somebody else's system. You know, and I think I got a couple different ones there, but I'm sort of thinking I wouldn't mind trying one of those out on the layout here. And since it's Wi-Fi, you know, just connect it up to the existing ESU Wi-Fi system. Yeah, I'm going to cut these guys right here. I know we're kind of on the curve right there, right on the turnout, but these are the guys that really give me trouble on the curves here, so we won't have him. When we come back out here. So anyway, that's my thought. Maybe in the future there, or hopefully I don't cross my fingers there. Hope I don't drop this thing, because the future might come quicker than I think. All right, we'll pull forward over here, and then we can shove back, get rid of these guys. And you have to excuse my, well, silliness with TCS. Or is it TSC? I keep getting the two mixed up. It's because, well, back when I was working, one of the systems I worked with was called something similar to that, and so I get a little mentally dyslexic. And I keep forgetting what the who makes the actual controller for model railroads. So if I misspoke there, you know what I mean. Anyway, I think they got like the light model, the 50, and then there's the 100. You know, one of them is wired, I think, and one of them is wireless. Right, a little bit more there. Bring them right down to the end. Right there is good. Alright, so this is what I end up doing. I end up having to put this thing down. This is mainly just because I'm filming. Because my other hand is occupied with the camera. Alright, get rid of that. Put that away. This little outfit's almost done. Little operation. Hey there, girls. Still hanging out with Lance over here. Hey, Mr. Torres, not even looking over there. Maybe he's on the outs with his little blonde girlfriend there. Yeah, who needs him? Don't worry, Torres. She probably didn't even like the train anyway. Alright, we'll head back here, grab our cars, and then do our final drop-off over there at Sanford & Son. Alright, let's see if we have any trouble here on the turnout getting connected. I think we're gonna, yeah. It's a little bit, I should have shoved back a little bit more. We got a little bit of room back there. Alright, right there. Alright, now we should be able to get a good connection. Perfect. Give him a little stretch and see if we got him. Yep. Now this time we're going to make sure we change the switch. Back to where it's supposed to be, so we don't have any mistakes like we did at the beginning of this little run. Right there's good. Yeah, so normally that's the way I have positioned that one for being normal. The track over there on the left of us is considered the main line. The one we're on is the runaround. All right there, Lance, girls, take it easy. You got a little homeless dude over there underneath the tarp. All right, we're all good over here. Of course, we got to stop over here to change this turnout too. Looks like we got 2 pickups over there at Sanford & Sons, and 1 drop-off. Well, like I said, we're gonna stop over here and make sure we actually change our turnouts back. Yeah, so here is Stanford & Son Salvage. I know it don't look like much. It's one of those industries that it needs a lot of work. It's a facsimile of a salvage yard. It's on the list of to-do things. We're going to stop right here. We'll get our switch over here, over to the main line. And I think, let's see here, well, how can we do this? Which way do we want to do it? Yeah, actually, come to think of it, you know, there's all these rules and regulations, and I know I got a number of real world guys that watch this, and they're always quoting me the regs. So since we got 2 loaded gondolas here, we're gonna shove the entire train back in there. We'll get them on the back of the green box car, so they're not right next to the locomotives. Usually it's usually got issues with tank cars, you know, having them right next to the locomotive. But as you know, we gotta make some concessions here on the model railroad world. We don't always have the amount of cars we're supposed to, you know, as buffer cars and all that sort of thing. But we'll make an effort here. Initially I thought I'd just cut loose the box cars, come in here and grab the gondolas, but that would have put the 2 gondolas that are loaded right next to the locomotives on the way back. So we'll try to simulate here. At least I don't know what the regs are exactly. I'm sure one of you guys is going to tell me. Whew, come on, a little bit more there. There we go. But hey, we only got 2 car buffer. I don't know if that's enough or not, but that's all we got. You can see my loads right here. We got a whole bunch of scrap, looks like aluminum foil, and then all this other stuff in here. I know I've mentioned this before. If some of you armor modelers, some of that stuff might look familiar. It's just parts and pieces from some of my my armor kits. All the little extra parts and pieces that you get inside of a model kit. I just kind of tossed them all together right there, super glued them all up, and put them on a little piece of, you know, foam board that's cut to fit into the gondola. And that way I could just take that whole load out in one piece and swap it out, which is usually what I do here at Sanford & Sons. What I'll do is once these 2 gondolas get put out to our well, pseudo staging, you know, off layout, I'll just grab the loads and take them out and stick them in the gondola that's over here. That way they're always rotated through. And we're always bringing in an empty to do a drop off here. Right about there is good. I'm gonna put the camera down. Ooh, my hand's getting tired. That's the whole premise here on Sanford & Son Salvage, is that people come and drop all their crap off here, you know, via truck or whatever means. And then it gets ground up and sort of processed into scrap. Like these 2 big piles of, well, we won't say what they look like, but And then we get empty gondolas in here, and they get loaded on with, or all the crap gets loaded onto them. Crap. Yeah, I went ahead and said it. That's what it looks like. It looks like some dog had a little bit of too much fiber. Anyway, all that stuff gets loaded onto the gondolas and then gets taken out for, well, processing someplace else. So we're always dropping off empty gondolas is what I'm getting at. Hey, horsies. If you ever wonder what that big block of wood is right there, stop over here, I'll give you a little show and tell. So before this was Sanford & Son salvage, it was just going to be a little transload, or is that the right word? Just a little team track, kind of like a team track right here. And that was going to be the beginnings of my little platform. So it's just a block of wood, kind of cut the styrofoam down there, and well, never got around to really completing the whole team track concept here, and then ended up deciding to do Sanford & Son salvage. But we'll make use of that somehow. All right. A little fun right here. And I still got a lot more to do as usual over here. I'd like to put a gate over here, and that fence is really, this little fencing here is supposed to continue on all the way over to the end, and then around, and then kind of down underneath there, connect up over here. But, and put a little gate there, you know, where we got to stop, and the conductor's got to get out and open the gate, that sort of thing. I'm going slow for the horsies. Alright, we just grab our cars and head on out, but you know what? I think nobody else is coming down the line over here, and so what we're going to do, we're going to pause over here, have a little fun. We'll go ahead and shut the guys down right here so we don't spook the horses. And Mr. Torres says he wants to go over there and take a look at the horsies. So I think that's where we're going to cut it off, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little operating session here. All we got left to do is just pick the cars up and head back into the yard. We're going to take a little breather over here. It's a nice Saturday afternoon. Lots of folks over here riding their horses and stuff. And we got some puppies over here. Let's go check them out. Hey there, Benjamin. Look at that. You found some new friends over here. That one over there looks just like you. Alright guys, till next time, have a good one.